One of the many ways that we're amplifying your pro-life voices is through our student contests. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and click on the link for our dinner program. The cover art is the winning artwork of Audrey Rierick, our art contest winner. Inside, take the time to read the essays of our essay contest winners. You'll also find the bio of our scholarship winner, Anna Hostetler. Congratulations, Anna, if you're out there joining us online tonight. What you won't find, though, in there is the winning speech from our speech contest winner. But don't worry, our speech contest winner, Emma Schutt, is here with us. So let me now turn the microphone over to Emma.
Do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population. So said the instrumental founder of Planned Parenthood, Margaret Sanger, back in 1939. What does 2020 America think of Sanger's views? One remembers the history of the 60s, how, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, MLK roared out his speech, "I have a dream." This pastor was not the only passionate American to oppose injustice. Today, tension and outrage mounts over discrimination charges. However, a minority is still constantly overlooked and abused. This invisible demographic is the unborn in every color. Where is this generation's Martin Luther King Jr. to defend them? According to Catherine Stevens on WashingtonPost.com, 11 million, not 6 million, died in the Holocaust. Stephen mentions the stunning statistic that the Holocaust resulted in 11 million total deaths. The National Right to Life organization put a fact sheet on their website under abortion statistics, stating that in the United States, over 60 million abortions happened between 1973 and 2017. Pause. That number is almost 6 times the horror of the Holocaust. Are all truly equal? Do age or color make a difference in human value? What is America's duty? What is her new dream? A Muslim girl in the Middle East barely receives an education. A Chinese college grad begins his career. Which life is more valuable? They are equal. The differences in ethnicity, religion, geographic region, gender, or education have no bearing on human equality. Society's bedrock is anchored in the Constitution. All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Consider how the loss of life through the coronavirus creates widespread grief. No matter in what country, the deaths are grieved equally. Why? Because these are people, feeling, breathing, thinking humans. Since all are equal, does age play a role in when this fair treatment begins? Should it start at 18, when a boy or girl legally enters adulthood? Or what about 12? A common child barely resembles a developed grown-up. What happens to them before this age should not matter. If they are denied the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then they are not acknowledged as humans. Does this reasoning sound flawed? Unsettling? Is this logic much different from what the Supreme Court used to make a decision back in 1973? How late in a pregnancy can you actually have an abortion? An article on Shape.com by Lauren Mazzo says, broadly speaking, a woman may have an abortion anytime up until 24 weeks. What is so magical about week 24 that suddenly makes abortion wrong? The answer is, there's nothing magical about week 24. It does not substantially differ from week 23. Whether a woman is in week 1 or week 40 of gestation, a child forms. Mother Teresa said human rights are not a privilege conferred by government. They are every human being's entitlement by virtue of his humanity. At its root, abortion discriminates. The mute unborn suffers discrimination not only for existence, inconvenience, and disability, but also because of ethnicity. A webpage compiled by William Robert Johnston called Abortions in the United States by Race on johnstonarchive.net tracks approximate numbers of aborted ethnicities. Listen, in 2017, the combined abortions of Blacks and Hispanics outnumbered those of white by nearly 35,000. Extra chilling are the words of Margaret Sanger. Planned Parenthood's founder and eugenics advocate. Sanger wrote to Dr. C.J. Gamble in December of 1939, updating him on the organization's doings and plans. In her letter, which can be accessed at genius.com under a letter from Margaret Sanger to Dr. C.J. Gamble, Sanger explained the need for a black physician and also a black pastor, concluding with, "We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population." History displays the horrifying results of such racism. 20 million black lives have been aborted since the 70s. For perspective, in 1960, less than 20 million blacks inhabited America. That information is summarized from Abortion's Twisted Logic of Racism during Black History Month, authored by Catherine Davis and Bradley Mattez on WashingtonExaminer.com. According to Walt Blackman on ArizonaCapitalTimes.com in Abortion, the Overlooked Tragedy for Black Americans, abortion is the leading cause of death for African Americans. Blackman discusses how abortions are easily accessible to densely populated minority regions because of Planned Parenthood's diligence in planting most clinics near these areas. What is freedom-loving America's duty concerning minorities? To become the next MLK and sound the alarm, educate others, especially those being targeted, about the discrimination of abortion, cruelty directed toward unborn blacks, yes, but also toward the unborn of any color. All unborn lives matter. They are fellow humans, deserving of life. How shocking that the overarching minority so strongly discriminated against are children. The people abusing them are their parents. To take part in creating life is an incredible gift. There are responsibilities and blessings that cannot and should not be ignored by dismissing another human's rights. I have a dream. Martin Luther King Jr. never lived to see the dawning of his dream. But that is not the case for this generation. This generation is arguably the most pro-life generation in history. Many thousands crowded the frigid streets of Washington, D.C. this January to hear another speech. For the first time ever, the president addressed those assembled at the pro-life rally. Countless more across the nation joined the heartbeat of life. They have a dream that someday all will be treated with dignity. Their dream means hope and love. The dream of this generation is for the freedom of the next, freedom granted to all, whether black, white, girl, boy, healthy, disabled, born, or unborn. This is the generation to end discrimination.